And when you meet with triumph or disaster, treat those two imposters just the same. So whether it looks like a triumph or a disaster, you treat them both the same. I mean, wow, and that was written a long time ago, guys. Girls and guys.
What is the name of the poem?
That was part of Rudyard Kipling's poem called If.
If.
Yeah, If.
He might have been a Buddhist.
What's that?
It's kind of a Buddhist sentiment, so he might have been a Buddhist. I don't know what his faith was, but well, he was Indian, so.
Yeah. Well, you'll find that all truth weaves through all different belief systems, and it all comes to one big thing. And that's why these 5 things will be supportive in any belief system, okay? So perpetual positive attitude, then we talked about number 2, the number 2 is relationship. And the most important relationship is what?
With self,
With spirit.
Self
with the
and
big S, a spirit.
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 Yeah, spirit. With the self and the spirit.
Yeah. Who else does God go by another name? Yourself and Yahweh, or whatever you want to call it. That's the most important relationship of all. Why? Because that power, that essence is in us. We can call upon it at any time. And as long, if we will give ourselves to that divine essence in us, then we can truly keep that positive attitude that we want. Because that is a supporter of it. That will definitely support our positive attitude. And that will guide us, lead us, direct us. It gives us a sense of inner peace, of knowing that it's all going to be okay. Because there's trust, there's faith. It creates faith. So, to have that is of utmost importance to have a long, healthy, happy life. The first time I really realized when my spirit and God's spirit became one, when I realized that, I mean truly realized it, something magic happened. It's like my body changed. Up until that point, I used to get laryngitis all the time. I was sick 3 or 4 times a year. I get flu or colds. I would have cramps every month. They hurt so bad. I was in my 20s. And when I realized the power of God and I were one, God lived in me, I never had any more of those. You won't see me sick. Have you seen me sick? Really sick? Huh? Have I ever canceled a seminar because I was sick? Part of being well is being at peace, inner peace. Because a lot of times we use sickness or problems so that we can take a break from life because we're not in inner peace. I'm not saying it's bad. No, it's being human. But I mean, sometimes we create our illnesses just to give ourselves a break. I mean, I can remember when I was a kid in foster home and I didn't want to go to school. I was so miserable and upset and depressed. And I would take the thermometer and I would rub it in between the covers on my bed and make that temperature go up.
I could put it on the light bulb.
I did that. Sure, I did that. Okay? So, we come up with all kinds of things on expediency. I don't want to go to school. So, when we are at peace within ourselves, and we can tell the truth, we can be honest, we can really say how we feel. We're not afraid of other people, what other people think. We live under a strong conviction of this is the way I feel, and it's okay if you don't agree. It's okay, don't agree. I respect that. But it's when we're insecure that we're afraid that somebody will disagree with us. So I'm going to come back to this spot, and I'm going to tell you the biggest way that I have found that I can tell if I'm really in the Spirit. And that has to do with attachments. If we are attached to being right, we are going to be upset with people who disagree with us. Letting go of attachments. The whole Bhagavad Gita is about that. Mm-hmm. The Bible teaches that. It doesn't say it in the same language, maybe, but it's the same thing. It's anything that we are attached to. Anything in our life that has to be a certain way. Oh, I have to have my Starbucks coffee. Well, I have to have that particular chair in a certain spot. Anytime we become attached to something, we step outside the Spirit. It doesn't mean we're a bad person. I'm just saying if you want to be happy and healthy, you will let go of attachments. You will stop having to be right about everything. When I was working on that, I would say to my significant other, well, let's just take turns being right. You can be right this time, I'll be right next time. And make a joke out of it. Sometimes you have to go through steps. It isn't always easy to just be detached. When I detached from the physical world of stuff and wealth, have to have everything a certain way, I experienced something phenomenal. I experienced like I was a part of everything. It's almost like I own the world now because I didn't own anything. I wasn't attached to something, so now I'm attached to everything. It's an interesting experience. So take a look at your life and see if you are really attached. Is there anything that gets your goat? Mm-hmm. That's what you're attached to. Is there any person in your life that has to act a certain way? Get honest with yourself. I mean to act a certain way for you to be happy around that person. Do they have to be a certain way for you to be happy around them? If there is, you have an attachment. You would rather be right than happy. So what I'm talking about is having a happy, healthy, long life. And letting go of attachments. That's really what it is, to become one with the Spirit. Any questions? Anybody?